TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Irwindale Speedway, and thank you for tuning in on speed51.com as well as all of our other pages here tonight. It's going to be a great race for the East-West Tour Modified. Say that 10 times quickly, folks. But before that, we are going to pay homage to the greatest nation in the world and with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, everyone, we are here tonight at the half-mile Irwindale Speedway, but it's unlike most other half miles. The fastest way around tends to be a little bit towards the top of the track. Joe Schaefer Jr. knows that best as he starts on the pole tonight. Ty Majeski starts in second with Ryan Blanchard in third, Brandon Wilkinson fourth, Richard Allen in fifth. Dave Bodio, the winningest driver in East-West Series history, starts in sixth with teammate Keith Jeffrey on the bottom on the inside in seventh place. Matt Everhart is in 8th, Sam Bragg Jr. in 9th, Gary Holbrook in 10th, Steven Rogers 11th, Teddy Hodgson, defending SK Light champion at Stafford Speedway, starts in 12th, Junior Harville 13th, Derek Trowbridge 14th, Kyler Daniel 15th, Rick Webster starts 16th, then Zach Murphy, Mark Hicks, Jason Perkins in 19th, James DuPont in 20th, Glenn Kressel starts in 21st, Scott Bryant in 22nd, then Christopher Hyatt, Trent Goodrow, Chris Franz, Kenneth Boehm, and Kurt Vigent rounds out the 27-car field. Getting ready now to come to the green flag. These drivers are excited. Joe Schaefer Jr., he's done very well these past few weeks. He's got teammates around him. The posse includes Joe Schaefer Jr., Ty Majeski, Ryan Blanchard, and Brandon Wilkinson. But they are doing a fantastic job here tonight. Usually Brandon Wilkinson, you can find him up on the spotter stand, but tonight he is down at the track as we are now live on Facebook as well. So everybody, if you're tuning in from there, you've tuned in awful quickly, but we're happy to have you here with the Full Velocity Racing Network, also live on speed51.com. Getting ready to come to the green flag, though. Joe Schaefer Jr. on the inside, Ty Majeski on the outside. Joe Schaefer Jr. waits and waits and waits for that green flag. He sees it and he jumps now. He has a car length over teammate Ty Majeski. It's a battle side by side for third, though. That's Blanchard on the inside and Brandon Wilkinson up on the outside. Caution already out on track. Further back, it's a big pile up right around the 12th place spot, I think it was. No, it was even further up. Dave Bodio involved. Going into the turn, Dave Bodio and Richard Allen come together, and that sends Dave Bodio around. He's sliding sideways. The 07 slides into him as well. Man, some dodge work being done by everybody to try and work their way through. Looks like not too much damage to too many cars, but that puts Dave Bodio to the back. Not the way he wants to start lap one. He's actually going to have to take the wave around, so he's not going to get a chance to come in and pit, fix those tires or anything else. Now, he's starting all alone in the back here, going to have to take the wave around. No chance of tires after he's just slid sideways across the entire track. We'll see how he's able to manage that. If anyone can do it, though, it's going to be Dave Bodio. Someone that worked their way through cleanly, though, was Keith Jeffrey. He is the defending champion here for the East-West Modifieds, having himself a great season so far. Ty Majeski, Joe Schaefer Jr., Ryan Blanchard, and Brandon Wilkinson, though, they are representing the posse up front, and they are doing a fantastic job of doing so. Right now, they still hold on to those top 4 spots. Nobody's gained or lost any positions among the top 5. Biggest mover so far seems to be Steven Rogers, who gained 3 positions by working his way through that wreck. Not a bad way to start the night, gaining 3 positions, and thankfully no damage on that car for him. 100 laps here tonight at Irwindale. 5 are down, so we are, by my math, the engineering side of me coming out 5% of the way through here. We are greatly missing Phil Lacasse up here in the booth, who would call me a genius for that math right there. We are wishing him well. I'm sure he's tuned in watching. Hopefully, Phil, you're having a great night, resting up, staying safe, but we'll have you back here next week, my friend, and we can't wait for that. So everyone, we are filling in. Oh, we're off next week. I've just been.
He'll be the only one at the track, there,
off
Jeff.
next week. I'll be at the track all by myself, cooking up Hummel hot dogs or something like that. We'll go from there. Yeah, well, I'll do a selfie there at the track, all by myself.
Well, at least I'm back now, Jeff. So I'm up here. I got Facebook rolling for everybody that wanted to watch Facebook Live. Finally got that rolling. Behind the scenes a little bit. I think Phil meddled around with a little bit too much there, and laser eye surgery definitely had to play a little bit of havoc with that because I couldn't imagine how hard it is to see after an operation like that.
Well, he couldn't see before it.
Right, you're right.
Well, hopefully he's resting up and he'll be back here in 2 weeks since we're off next week, as I've just learned. Maybe I'll see him next week. Maybe he'll join me at the track. Who knows?
Big beverages?
Yeah. There we go. If we invite Phil, he'll be there with us. Now, though, a single file restart because they had a wreck right off the bat in complete lap. Well, the East-West modified rules say at that point you go to a single file restart. They've survived turns 1 and 2, it looks like, on lap 8. Here comes Joe Schaefer Jr. all the way down to the bottom. That's an interesting line. I thought he was hitting pit road, but no, I think he's just trying something new, maybe flexing his muscles, showing off how quick he is to the field.
Definitely down towards the bottom of the speedway. It's rather interesting to see these modifieds down to the bottom as yellow flag going to fly once again here. Yeah, definitely a different track. Not made my way on the asphalt side of things very much there, Jeff, but this is a different looking track than what I'm used to.
It certainly is. Looks like the 29 got into the 18 on that last wreck. That is Zach Murphy in the 29 machine and behind the wheel of the 18 as we're trying to find that wreck. That's Rick Webster in the 18. So now we are about 10 laps into this event, and that's 10% of the way through so far. And right now, I think Joe Schaefer Jr. is looking for a little more time out here to run the track, but he's actually taking it all the way down to the grass there in turn 3, which I have not seen here before. Looks like Joe Schaefer Jr., Ty Majeski might have had something figured out to run that low of a line, but hey, you know, it's all about finding your own way. If you find something that nobody else has, might as well take advantage of it if they can run that line down there. We'll have to see how it works for them here over the course of the run, but these are tour modifieds. They're carrying a lot of power. They're packing a big punch. So if you can wheel these things right down to the bottom, take advantage of it and go.
Definitely. Being these are tour modifieds, I know you're an expert on these tour modifieds and actually driving these around the track there, Jeff. What does it take? Does it wear the tires driving down to the bottom like that, down towards there? I know they're big, wide tires, but is that going to necessarily wear the tires more than maybe running the middle groove of the track?
It certainly is, because you are going all the way down from the top. That's a lot of wear on the tires to go from the top down to the bottom and then back up. As well, you're turning on a flat surface, so that chews through the tires like none other. If you've been racing, anyone out there watching has been racing New Hampshire this week, then you know that flat tracks eat up tires, and New Hampshire does it especially. So taking it down to the apron here, yeah, will certainly make an impact on the tires. The green flag is back in the air. Joe Schaefer Jr. once again clears Ty Majeski, and they enter turn 1.
And Ty Majeski goes to the outside, but like I said, Joe Schaefer Jr. now inherits the lead. See if he's going to dive it down to the extreme bottom. Yes, he's going to do so here through 3 and 4. Ty Majeski following suit there, too, in that number 45 machine. He's been down the even bottom even a couple different times. But another yellow flag going to come out. Yellow flag number 3 here at Irwindale Speedway.
We might have a selfie here. Christopher Hyatt in the back entering the turn. No, he got help. That was the 18 of Rick Webster that got up into the back end of Christopher Hyatt and sent him around.
So it wasn't quite a selfie then. Oh, that's tough. Thought we'd be able to bring out the selfie stick here without Phil. It's always rather interesting there, Jeff, when we can bring out that selfie stick and show a little bit differently than maybe it feels like. But definitely can't do the selfie stick like Phil. That's his thing.
Oh, I think he'd be upset if we didn't do it. So if we get the opportunity here tonight, I say we jump on it. Jack, you're the splitting vote here. Let's see what we do. Do we have to bring out the selfie stick if given the opportunity, or do we let that be Phil's thing?
Oh no, we'll bring it out.
Oh, we're bringing
Yeah,
it
he
out.
tries to who's it going to be on me all the time. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
Well,
we can.
hopefully we won't have to see that again here tonight, because we will go green the rest of the way here. We are 17% of the way through this race so far.
We can go to the Sid's View video.
Sit. In practice. I'm watching, buddy. Keep an eye on me.
Green flag is getting ready to be shown once again here on lap 18. Ty Majeski still sits in second after sitting out last week. He gets right up to that back bumper of Joe Schaefer Jr., his teammate in the posse. Schaefer Jr. is taking the low line around here, which you don't hear too often at Irwindale. But right now, here he goes all the way to the inside grass, painting that yellow line down at the bottom. Have you seen anything like it before? He gives a great run to Majeski.
Oh!
He gets into his teammate, blocks him down, but the caution comes out.
What a save. Man.
Really? Wow.
Whew. I don't even think some dirt track guys could do that when that's completely sideways like that. That was almost a full pointing to the infield type of look for him. Whew.
He was. He just held the brakes down, locked it up, and got the thing rolling once again. But you saw there that run that Ty Majeski got down the backstretch by not having to go all the way down to the bottom. He carried the speed on the high line. Going into the turn, he just barely touched left rear of Joe Schaefer Jr. Might be a little bit of an awkward conversation considering their teammates, but I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think you're going to see him come back up through the field and definitely be fine there and run it out there with Ty Majeski for that matter. So we'll see. Maybe he'll return the favor too. We'll see if Ty's just as good as him at saving things.
Yeah, we'll have to see. For those of you that don't know, yes, that is the Ty Majeski, races in the truck series. Just got his 101st career win in the super late model. So fantastic job over there on the real side. From what I saw, I believe it was Auto Week, Matt Weaver wrote the article about how the bottom of his engine block is actually in, I want to say it was Dick Trickle's car. I'll double check that, but it has some piece of the engine from, I believe it was Dick Trickle's car, and now 101 wins later, Ty Majeski is certainly showing people how it's done on the real side, as well as the iRacing side. He has the highest I rating of any driver. $10,742. Not once, but twice. If you look at the highest rated, highest I ratings, you see Ty Majeski and Tyler Majeski. He had reached 10,000 I rating twice. Absolutely unbelievable. And now he leads the way here coming off turn number 4. Green flag back in the air. Let's move Ty Majeski to the lead after that last wreck. Brandon Wilkinson now in second. Ryan Blanchard still sits in third where he started. Keith Jeffries worked his way from 7th up to 4th. He's about to go toe-to-toe with the posse. That is Jim Beaver Esports. You see Ty Majeski go all the way to the bottom. Let's see if Jim Beaver Esports has anything for the posse right now as Keith Jeffries sits in 4th. His best friend out here, Dave Bodio, his teammate, got involved in the lap 1 wreck, and he's all the way back. Actually, he's all the way back in 18th, but he's working his way up a little bit from there. Now Keith Jeffrey getting up to that back bumper of Ryan Blanchard, trying to work his way around as Blanchard tries to get around Wilkinson.
Yeah, Blanchard trying to get around Wilkinson, the number 56 machine. Right now holding on to the second spot. Ryan Blanchard right there all over his rear bumper, trying to pull it off here. All these guys pretty much on the top shelf of the speedway, the middle portion of the track, like you said there. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to pull down to the bottom. The only guy that we've seen do it here was the other car that was up in the lead that just got taken out there. So definitely going to have to see if anybody else can maybe pull that off. Joe Schaefer Jr. was able to pull it off. Can anybody else definitely try that for a couple laps to try to make it? But it looks like Ty Majeski, the only other car that's doing it. And these guys put in a ton of laps around any speedway that they go to. They try to find that advantage. Right now, he's the only guy other than his teammate that were able to go to the bottom. Nobody else trying it.
You're absolutely right, and the key to the posse is they all have real-world experience. Other members include a guy named Brian Tedeschi, super late model driver. He's actually a personal friend of mine. I met him at Purdue University because we were competitors in a go-kart race, and man, he absolutely stomped me quite a few times, and so he and I became fast friends. Turns out he's a member of the posse as well, the small world that it is. But they've also got Ty Majeski, who races in the truck series. They've got Brandon Wilkinson, who spots at Stafford. Ryan Blanchard does a lot of work at Stafford as well. Here comes Joe Schaefer Jr. all the way down to the bottom. He's side by side with Keith Jeffrey, who carries a lot of speed off the corner. That's the downside to running that apron, is you don't carry much speed, and you have to really make that pass and get yourself clear if you want that strategy to work.
Like you said, it wears tires rather quickly too, so you might see tires start falling off, but he looked like he's able to pull up alongside of the 88 again there. But man, I tell you, Joe Schaefer Jr. got a little bit of a wiggly room there, and he started wiggling around. I think his tires pretty much burn up even after making that nice save there, Jeff. He made a fantastic save, but I think his tires showing a little bit of extra wear here in that number 6 machine.
That they are, but there's a battle for third right ahead of Joe Schaefer Jr. Ryan Blanchard and Keith Jeffrey are side by side. To the inside is Keith Jeffrey, to the outside is Ryan Blanchard. But now Jeffrey doesn't get as good a run off. He cuts up in front of Joe Schaefer Jr., defending that position. Schaefer Jr. has to check up. Now they are falling back into line. Ty Majeski is pulled away. He's got about 1.8 seconds over a teammate, Brandon Wilkinson. Schaefer Jr. to the bottom. He slides up. They're side by side for fourth.
A good side-by-side battle for the fourth spot. Like you said, Keith Jeffrey right there, too, into the fray. It looks like it's going to cool down for a moment as Jeffrey now still holding on to that spot. But here comes Joe Schaefer back down to the bottom of the speedway. Just can't pull off that maneuver around that number 88 machine.
He's the defending champion for a reason. Keith Jeffrey has a great head on his shoulders, but a caution out on track near the front, actually. That was the 73. Chris Franz taking a look back at it. What happened? What caused that wreck? Uh-oh. Could it be? Could it be? No, it's not. There was a big wreck ahead of him. Right there was the 12 car. That is, as I check on his wing, that's Christopher Hyatt. Didn't want to call out the wrong name there. And also involved was Rick Webster once again. That's the third wreck he's been involved in here tonight. Not having the night he wants, but Hyatt and Webster come together there on the backstretch. Franz gets involved, a lot of cars sent spinning though, and that was pretty close to the front of the field, so the leaders had to dodge their way around. "40 laps into this race so far now. That means, by my math, 40% of the way through. These drivers now, it's starting to get to be crunch time, I think. They're starting to think about the position that they're in, how they're going to start making passes. Ty Majeski started pulling out there to a really, really good lead. So, I don't know. Does anyone have anything for Ty Majeski here?
I don't think so, unless you maybe see his teammate come back up through the field a little bit better. But I just don't seriously think that anybody else having it. Joe Schaefer down on pit road, though, getting 4 fresh tires. So he may make a run at it. We'll see. That's going to be the guy to watch come through the field, that number 6 machine.
He certainly might be, but pitting here, you lose a lot of track position. So we'll see how it works out for him. Keep in mind, there are a lot of other drivers in this field here, though, that are all fighting that could make something happen. Somebody that I actually was just racing with, 2 guys I was just racing with, Jason Perkins and James DuPont. They were doing a tour mod race up in New Hampshire. Jason Perkins ended up winning it by 54 thousandths of a second. Very close finish there at the end, and I shoulda, woulda, coulda had it. One more lap, and I would have had him. But Actually, James DuPont and I ended up getting together. I got a little bit loose off the corner, and I don't know if he got loose or what, but he was a little bit further down the track than I was expecting. Came together, unfortunately, and caused a wreck there. But these guys, if you're watching at home, you see these guys out there in an iRacing event, be sure to say hello, say you pull for them in an East-West event. Tell them that we sent you and that you love watching on the Full Velocity Racing Network and on Speed51.com. Want to say thank you again to Sid's View for sponsoring this. If you haven't seen their web series, they have a few from all different tracks. Most recent one was The Show from Stafford Speedway. Put together a fantastic series. I had a lot of fun watching it. Really great stuff that shows what short track racing is all about. So if you haven't had a chance to tune in and watch, make sure you do over on their YouTube channel, sidsview.com. They put together some fantastic stuff. Thank you to them for sponsoring the series as we get ready for the green flag again.
The field getting ready right now is Ty Majeski, Brandon Wilkinson, Ryan Blanchard, Keith Jeffrey, and Richard Allen is the iRacing high flag. Green flag comes out over the field here on lap 44 of 100 on the Full Velocity Racing Network, speed51.com. As all things going on here, Ty Majeski with a great restart here. Definitely 4 or 5 car lengths ahead, and he is pulling away, using the bottom to his advantage in that number 45 machine.
He certainly is, and that's a really interesting strategy here. It seems like it only really works for the leader because there's nobody making a run on the outside. It cuts down some time, but you can lose a position as well. Now Ty Majeski decides to stay up at the top. I think it's just a, run it as you feel it sort of thing. You don't always have to run the bottom, but take advantage of it when you can.
I don't think Ty is interested in burning off his tires this early in the going, not even halfway home. 3 laps shy of halfway home, though. The one to burn off your tires early here, the 56 of Brandon Wilson running in second. Third is Blanchard still. These guys pretty much staying single file, jumping on the line. Richard Allen looked to the inside of momentarily of that number 88 of Keith Jeffrey, but jumped back in the line. Single file the way of the land amongst the top 5.
Single file, that's the story. Somebody working their way up, though. A few drivers. Stephen Rogers from 11th to 6th. Junior Harville from 13th to 8th. 15th to 11th, Kyle O'Danick having a great run after rebounding from last week. A lot of really good runs through the field here, people making passes. 24th to 16th, Trent Goodrow having himself a fantastic run. Somebody that's moving in the wrong direction, though, is Joe Schaefer Jr. Started on the pole, falling all the way back to 17th now, and he's still trying to make that bottom line work. He's trying to get back up with his teammates in the posse who are all running top 3.
And they're doing a fantastic job, too, running amongst the top 3 as we come up the halfway home now. 50 and 50 to go. 50% of the race completed there. Mathematician there, Jeff McConey, is watching these guys go on here. Irwindale Speedway, and it's a rather different track than what I'm used to. I'm used to the dirt tracks, but these guys pounding the asphalt here in the Mighty Modifieds with Ty Majeski just pulling away by .883, now up to .949 over Brandon Wilkinson.
What a fantastic run for Ty Majeski. Brandon Wilkinson's last lap, a 16.289. For Majeski, a 16.106. Almost 2/10 quicker than second place. That's a phenomenal job out there. He's got a full second lead here on lap 53, coming to 54 now of the way through this race.
I'm trying to look through the field for some good battles going on here. I thought I seen a guy way up on the top shelf of the speedway. I indeed did. It looked like Stephen Rogers way up top there. And that number 89 machine trying to make something happen. Trying to get around the number 88 of Keith Jeffrey. Jeffrey holding on to the 4th spot. Now Jeffrey, it looks like he's starting to mount a challenge against Ryan Blanchard right there directly in front of him. He peeked down to the bottom of that number 900 machine. Going to pull off that pass as of right now.
Trying to make it a battle for third is Keith Jeffrey. He's just a car length off of Ryan Blanchard. Further back in the field, Dave Bodio and Gary Holbrook are still going at it like cats and dogs. They've been going at each other for about 3 or 4 laps now. Dave Bodio down there on the bottom, trying to make the apron work, straight lines it, and cuts up in front of Gary Holbrook. Makes it work. Here comes Holbrook on the bottom now. That's a battle for 11th place as the caution's out. Dave Bodio involved and goes over on his roof. Turtle.
Ooh. Turtle. How many points is that, Jeff? You should know by now.
That's the 41 that goes around. No, I just hear turtle on occasion. Looks like the 41 had a little help from Kyle O'Danick.
1 point, Jeff.
O'Danick comes down. Oh, 1 point. 1 point there for Turtle. Junior Harlow goes around after having a really great run up through the field. But Dave Bodio up and over now. That is huge implications for 16.
Tough break, like you said, for Dave Bodio in that number 16 machine. You have 1 point scoring system there. A leaner, which is leaning on your sides, 2 points, and a ringer, which is up on top of the wall or up on top of a Uke tire. That's 3 points. That's our scoring scale here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. As we do that, just to joke around, have fun, and I know TDRRacing.net definitely sponsors the Turtle and the Leaner Award here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Got to thank everyone for tuning in here, whether you're on the Full Velocity Racing Network on the Facebook page, you're on the YouTube or Twitch page, or Twitter page, or Twitch, or Speed51, directly Speed51.com. Appreciate those guys allowing Full Velocity Racing Network to stream live to their page. Definitely a lot of different venues to broadcast to as of right now, and definitely trying to cure what ails everyone else. Still Northeast, kind of in a lockdown. I mean, I've been to a couple of tracks that are against the rules of governors, but they were with their full fans and everything. So people really trying it out here, trying to get back to racing in the Northeast. So definitely this has been a great thing to be watching a lot of these cars go around in circles, especially on iRacing, to fill the voids here in the summertime, man. I'm used to being at the track a lot.
I know I'm missing my Friday nights at Stafford Speedway, but you know what? If this is what we got and this is the way we can do it safely, then so be it. Right now, though, I'm with you that we need to get back to running these cars at a real track here, but we'll see how it ends up going in the next few weeks.
Yeah, definitely going to see some places open up. I know practices is finally opened up in New York State. There's a couple tracks down in Pennsylvania that have been just running against all odds there, and haven't been shut down yet, Jeff. So that's a good light there for some of the other maybe people in upstate New York or even Pennsylvania for that matter. Maybe to open their tracks and try it. Definitely call out for that. But if you want to be safe, you want to stay away from everything and that kind of stuff, just stay home. That's simple. If you want to go out and go to the tracks, I mean, that's your choice. So
exactly.
That's my feeling. I won't get into too much more, Jeff, but I might hurt somebody's feelings.
Well, I think my feelings are pretty hurt because we can't get to the track as much as we want to here. So we'll see how it ends up working out over the next few weeks. Hopefully we see some racing this summer. It's what the people want. And if you don't want to go to the track, nobody's saying you have to go to the track. But we'll see what ends up happening here. Steven Rogers all the way from 11th to 5th. Teddy Hodgson from 12th to 7th. A couple guys that are moving their way up through the field. Only a few more spots to go, but Keith Jeffrey, keep an eye on him. He and Ryan Blanchard have been fighting hard here these past few laps. Single file restart coming, green flag in the air. Time of Jesse moves way over Brandon Wilkinson.
Let's see if Brandon Wilkins is going to be able to do anything with Ty Majeski. He looked to the bottom there a couple for the moment there, the opening lap. Man, Majeski's a rocket ship in that number 45 machine down to on the bottom of the speedway, just pulling away here from that 56 of Brandon Wilkinson. And Blanchard still running in as the third spot. Keith Jeffrey's fourth, and Steven Rogers, in the number 89 machine right now. Complete your top five, and they're single file once again. And man, just watch the Ty run that bottom, man. That's perfection to the corner.
Right now, perfection through the corner is the key for Ty Majeski, as he's doing a great job still pulling away from Brandon Wilkinson. He's about half a tenth quicker right now. Dives it down to the bottom. Those left tires literally in the grass. That's how far down he takes it. A 16.087. Brandon Wilkinson, 16.204. A tenth and a half quicker for Ty Majeski. He just gets faster over time. What a fantastic run for him, as we are now 67 laps in, and we are 2/3 of the way through this race.
2/3 of the way through the race, and watching a guy come up through the field, and I was talking about it would be the guy on a mission, Joe Schaefer Jr. in that number 6 machine, already up to the 8th spot now, looking for the 7th spot to get around Hodgson in that 122 machine, just running the bottom, and definitely like almost a twofer move over there, as he's really a rocket ship. Man, now up to the 5th spot. He passed 3 cars, 1 corner there, Jeff.
Unbelievable for Joe Schaefer Jr., but he's got it going right now. Teddy Hodgson also right behind him trying to make something happen. He's doing a great job. He's on the inside of Stan Bragg Jr., but the caution is out on track. Who was it? Might have been Mark Hicks. It was Mark Hicks. He got into the back of Trent Goodrow. I have no comment on that because it looked like Trent Goodrow really, really slowed down a lot.
I'm not sure why. I don't know. I've seen things wonky happen in the simulation. Seen pedals, the pots go out of the pedals in the middle of a race. I've seen steering wheels come off the desk. It can't justify maybe a mechanical failure, crash into the desktop. I think we've all been a part of that one. So, but yeah, it definitely slowed down a ton over there in the corner.
Yeah, I don't really know. Could have been some sort of mechanical issue, but Trent Goodrow ends up going end over end now, and that car is sideways. Yeah, that car is very sideways, and he is crabbing it down pit road right now.
Oh man, not good for the 079 machine. A lot of cars down on pit road. Looks like some getting service for tires. Going to give up that track position here on lap 73 of 100. 73% of the way through as Ty Majeski, your race leader. Brandon Wilkinson running in second in car number 56. And you have Ryan Blanchard for 3. Fourth is Keith Jeffrey in that number 88, Joe Schaefer Jr. Now up to 5th in that number 6 machine. So he's going to look to try to make some more headway here under green flag racing conditions. We'll see what he's got for the other 4 right there directly in front of him. Hodgson in that number 122 in 6th. Stephen Rogers running 7th. Gary Elbrick in that number 71 machine running 8th. 9th is Zach Murphy. And Matt Evernhut in the 07 machine right now running in that 10th spot.
You are right. From 21st to 12th, though, Glenn Pressel III having himself a fantastic night. Someone we don't get a chance to talk to about too much, but Jason Perkins as well having a great run. He is going from 19th to 13th, 22nd to 15th for Scott Bryant. Some really good runs throughout the field here tonight. Awesome stuff to see, and we've still got 18 cars of 27 on the lead lap. 25 took the grid, but 18 of those still remain on the lead lap. Ty Majeski still leading the way, and we are 75% of the way through this race.
Yeah, so a good old-fashioned, it would be a Saturday night short track race. 25 laps will be the distance on the dirt tracks, at least, for the modified. So definitely going to be a short stint here at Irwindale. They're clicking off some pretty fast laps. Some of the fastest laps, 15.968 of the evening by Ty Majeski. That is the fastest lap of the night, and that was it within the first 10 laps of the race. So as the tires wear out, those guys definitely, the lap times do fall off a little bit. But just looking at the lap times, it's rather quick around Irwindale Speedway.
That it is. Right now, the fastest guy around here, though, Ty Majeski, seems to be getting quicker over time. He's doing a really great job. Coming to the green flag here, it's a double file restart now. Green flag is in the air. Ty Majeski once again to the lead. Lap 77. They are now getting down to 24 laps to go. A checkup behind him that allows Ty Majeski to pull away.
And Ty Majeski pulls away now down to the inside. I believe that is the number 900 of the number 9 machine, Ryan Blanchard, now moving to the second spot. Brandon Wilkinson not going away on the top shelf of the Speedway. He's going to motor himself back to the second spot, but still a good side-by-side battle there. But now Blanchard falls back into line behind Wilkinson. Wilkinson holds on to that second spot. Look at Joe Schaefer down on the extreme bottom trying to get around Keith Jeffrey. That's no easy task. And he makes contact with Keith Jeffrey, and around goes Keith Jeffrey at number 88.
Oh, our defending champion goes around and takes some damage. Wow, who was that? Joe Schaefer Jr. Just gets into the left rear of Keith Jeffrey, sends him around and around, and then he gets pounded by the field. That car is destroyed, the engine's blown. He is out of it.
Oh, tough break for Jeffrey. that's not a good sign for the number 88 machine. And Joe Schaefer coming up through the field. It looks like he's going to come down on the pit road and serve his penalty. Not probably happy with himself either. He was trying to do that cleanly to get up through the field, and man, it's tough for Joe Schaefer and tough for Keith Jeffrey too.
It is. Oh, we had a turtle on track. It was the 29 car.
29 car. That would be Zach Murphy, turtle on the speedway. So that'll be 2 points for the night. That's another point. So 2 points here. Scoring system for the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Not the points these drivers want to be scoring tonight at all. So Ty Majeski remains your leader. Brandon Wilkinson sits in second. Ryan Blanchard started in third and stayed in third. Teddy Hodgson from 12th to 4th here tonight. Gary Holbrook 10th to 5th. Glenn Pressel the third from 21st all the way to 6th. The biggest mover of the night, but some other big ones, 22nd to 10th, Scott Bryant. Christopher Hyatt rebounding well from 23rd all the way up to 11th. 19th to 12th is Jason Perkins. Mark Hicks, 18th to 13th. Some really great stuff here by a lot of drivers working their way up through this field, but nobody has had anything for Ty Majeski. He's still holding on to this front row.
I don't know if anybody's going to have anything for Ty Majeski. We'll see if maybe Brandon Wilkinson has something in his memory bank left in his right foot. I don't know how to call it in this that number 56 machine. Or is just Ty Majeski going to be able to pull away from him once again on this next restart? We'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, Ty Majeski, a rocket ship here this evening.
That he is. Ty Majeski just has lead in his right foot, it seems, and he's flying his way around this track. Awesome stuff to see. And he's no stranger to winning here. He's got plenty of wins in the East-West Modified Series this season alone. Race Control has just given Joe Schaefer Jr. an EOL penalty, an end-of-the-line penalty. He's been deemed responsible for that wreck, so he will have to start all the way back at the tail end of the line.
It's going to be tough. We'll see what's going to happen there as yellow lights are still on the top of the iRacing.com. Pace car is the Mustang pace car out there. I'm used to saying the Chevy Silverado pace truck, but not the truck taking the night off. We got the pace car out there, a fantastic pace car to say. The lights now go extinguished. Looks like we're going to go green flag racing off of turn number 4 this time around. Here, 15 laps will remain when we get that green flag.
15 laps remaining here. Ty Majeski still leading the way after taking the lead from his teammate Joe Schaefer Jr. The posse still owns the front 3 spots. They have been dominant all night. Ryan Blanchard, Brandon Wilkinson, and Ty Majeski are in 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, respectively. But right now, Ty Majeski hard on the gas, flies his way past the start-finish line. 86 laps complete. On lap 86 now. 85 are complete.
85 complete on lap number 86 right now as we speak. Brandon Wilson running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is still that number 9 machine of Ryan Blanchard. We got 4th Hodgson and that number 122 having a fantastic run there. And actually the number 55 machine on the side of that car. So numbers not matching up there with Teddy, but Teddy now looking to the inside of Ryan Blanchard. We'll see if he's going to be able to get anything going here as we complete lap number 14, 13 to go. Yellow flag going to come out though. We're going to slow him back down, restack, and repack the field.
Let's see who that was there. We're trying to find this caution. Might have been Glenn Pressel involved. He in the 63, 99, and 63. Just the tiniest touch of the back bumper of the 63 from the 99. Not at all intentional. The 63 overcorrects it, goes up into the wall. So that is Glenn Pressel the third in the 99, Stan Bragg Jr. in the 63. Both heavy damage there. I think they are both out of this one now.
Yellow flags going on here this evening. Definitely.
It is lap 90 now. Sorry to jump in, but we have a lap 90 sponsor. That is 90 Creative. So we want to thank them for sponsoring lap 90 here tonight. Every race that he's run, the leader at lap 90 has been Ty Majeski. The only exception where it wasn't Ty Majeski leading at lap 90 was last week when he didn't run this race. So, wow, that is really unbelievable. Yet again, thank you to 90 Creative for leading this, for sponsoring this Lap number 90 here as Ty Majeski once again takes it home. Let's take a quick look at another one of our sponsors. They are the title sponsor for this series, SidsView.com. Thank you to them for sponsoring it. Let's take a look at their commercial.
Sit. In practice. I'm watching, buddy. Keep an eye on me.
Now we are back here, getting ready to take the green flag soon. Lap 93 has been completed. Once they reach the line here, it's just going to be a quick run to the end. The master of these short runs has been Ty Majeski, so we'll see if anyone has anything for him. There'll be Brandon Wilkinson starting behind. Right now it'll be a single file restart here. They get to the line and the lights on the pace car will remain on, I believe, but I believe they'll flip off at the line. We'll see, as right now we're getting ready to get to the end of this race.
Lights out top the pace car, waiting for that to pull off down to the infield, going to do so now, this time down the back straightaway here into turn number 3 and 4 here. The Irwindale Speedway waiting to light the wick, light the fire off of turn number 4. iRacing high flag, green flag comes out. Ty Majeski once again leading the charge down into turn number 1, this time up on the top shelf of the Speedway. To go to the bottom, trying to pull away from his teammate number 56 of Brandon Wilson Blanchard for 3. And you got Teddy running in that 4th spot, and Gary Holbrook in that number 71 running in 5th.
He's running back there in 5th, but running up front now with 5 to go is Ty Majeski coming to 4 to go. Here he comes now. He's having himself a fantastic race, takes it all the way down to the bottom. He's got himself a good lead over Brandon Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets loose, opens the door for Blanchard to maybe get a run here. They are battling for 2nd place. Here comes Hodgson sticking his nose in. He wants a piece of that cake. Right now, he dives it all the way to the bottom, and he's holding on to that car. Not going to be able to get a run coming off, but at the line, 3 laps to go.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. Like you said, Ty Majeski just pulling away with Wilkinson and Blanchard. Your top 3. Those guys left to duke it out in the dust, I would say, or even in the smoke. Has 2 laps to go. Popsicle 6 up in the air for the number 45 machine of Ty Majeski. Brandon Wilkinson still holding on to the 2nd, but he has a rear view mirror full of Blanchard, the number 9 machine.
You're right. Teddy Hodgson's falling off a little bit. Kylo Danny back there in 5th, trying to hold off Gary Holbrook. But right now, the white flag is in the air for Ty Majeski. He's got a 1.1 second lead. All he needs is 1 more clean lap, and he's all set.
As he comes down into turn 3 and off of turn number 4 in his own area code here tonight, picking up the win at Irwindale Speedway. Number 45 of Ty Majeski. Brandon Wilkinson going to finish up in the 2nd spot. Ryan Blanchard, Teddy Hodgson in the number 55 machine going to finish up 4th. Kyle O'Danick up to 5th. Then the number 21 machine, good run for him. Then Gary Holbrook, Scott Bryant, Christopher Height, and then number 12 machine, Mark Hicks, and Steven Rogers round out your top 10.
Rounding out the rest of the field, 11th, 4 laps down. We had 10 cars finish on the lead lap. James DuPont finishes 11th, Richard Allen in 12th, Jason Perkins 13th, Zach Murphy 14th, Derek Trowbridge in 15th, Sam Bragg Jr. 16th, Glenn Pressel III in 17th, Joe Schaefer Jr. in 18th, Matt Everhart in 19th, and Keith Jeffrey, the defending series champion, finishes in 20th. Now we are going to head on over and we are going to talk to the top 3 here. Ty Majeski, Brandon Wilkinson, and Ryan Blanchard. We'll be back here shortly here on Speed51.com, brought to you by the Full Velocity Racing Network. Welcome back here at the end of this race, 100 laps later at Irwindale Speedway. Ty Majeski comes out your winner, and he's got two teammates right behind him, Brandon Wilkinson and Ryan Blanchard. Right now, we're going to talk to third place, Ryan Blanchard here, as he gets ready to join us. Ryan, it's Jeff up here in the booth. You had yourself a great race there. You started in third, and you stayed in third. What more did you need there to run past your posse teammates?
I wish we had a bottom car for 3 and 4. I think we could have had a bottom car. I was just too scared to go down there. I didn't think I was going to be consistent down there. So me and Brandon and Mark, we built a setup that was going to run the top pretty damn good. And you know, it was good racing there with Keith Jeffrey, and I was just trying to stay behind Wilkes. I didn't want to, you know, um, I didn't want to put his championship points into contention there, and I didn't want to get into him and ruin his chances at a championship. So I thought it was for the best of me to ride behind him. And then all jokes aside, we went and tried to pass him there, coming to the checkered, and I made sure I rolled onto it so he didn't yell at me later on in the day. And the guys at Wolfpack gave me a really good car today, and I think with this new package we got, I think it's really bringing out our top 3 finishes in the posse and the Wolfpack here.
Absolutely. And it seems like every week we're talking to someone from the posse. I know you're getting ready for tomorrow night at Stafford as well. So I have to ask, how much of that knowledge from here are you going to carry over to some of the other races you're doing now that we're really doing so much iRacing online?
Yeah, Stafford is doing a great job giving us fans and drivers something that we could do on Friday nights with not going to the track. Us spotters, like for instance, if I don't make the shows on Fridays, I spot for my buddies Andrew Moeller, Teddy Hodgson, guys like that. And racing at Stafford's really fun, and Irwindale's really fun as well. It's my first time at the track actually, and Brandon taught me my way around the track, and I think we did a pretty damn good job here. And I think Stafford's one of the tracks where you could get the top to work, and I think Irwindale is really a track that helps me do that.
Absolutely. Who do you have to thank here tonight for your third place finish?
Well, I got to thank everyone at the Wolfpack Motorsports, Mark Logan, Brandon Wilkinson, Riley Stenjum. They helped us a lot on this setup this week, and this thing was a complete rocket ship. Like I said earlier, I didn't want to put Brandon's contention in the points for the championship here, and I knew it was probably for the better of me to stay behind him. He had a better long run car than I did. I had him beat a little bit in the short run for the first couple laps. Um, you know, Great racing with him. Congrats to Ty for the win, and Waddell Communications. I know he's pissing straight in the air after that one. I'd also like to thank my spotter Andrew Muller there. He did a great job keeping me focused and gave me lap times every lap of what I was chasing and what Keith had behind me there at the end. And it sucks that my teammate Joe got into him, but he didn't. He had no intention in that, and I know he didn't mean to do that. And great race to them guys. This is really just a great run for everyone at the Wolfpack Motorsports and the posse. And once again, just like to give a shout out to Epic Media, Wolfpack Motorsports, and Waddell Communications.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your great run here tonight, and we will see you next week or 2 weeks from now because we are off next week here for the East West Tour Modifieds.
Sweet, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Now, next here is going to be Mr. Brandon Wilkinson. Bringing him in. Brandon, you had a great run out there tonight. I know you've been doing a lot of iRacing as of late. So, looks like you did a really great job out there. You finished in second place. What more did you need to run down Ty Majeski there at the end?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no excuses anymore. I raced last week on his rig and still wasn't able to do it. So yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Ty's the best driver on the service, especially when it comes to short tracks, and that carries over in the real world side too. So I mean, we won the best of the rest, and oftentimes when the 91 or the 45, whenever they unload there, they're the class of the field by far. So no, it's all good. We'll take it.
Absolutely. Now, though, like you said last week, I have to ask, what was it like racing on that very famous rig that Ty has versus what you usually run now?
It's good to be back home. We went and had a blast there at South Alabama on Sunday, but it's good to be back home racing, where I started 10 years ago. So it's always good, to have familiarity and, come back to the roots for sure. Like I said, you just get so used to, what you run with, and it felt good. It felt like we were back to our roots tonight for sure, and I think it should.
Absolutely. Do you have anyone you want to thank here tonight for that second place finish?
Yeah, like I said, Mark Logan's been going through some really rough times here lately, and we've had some really fast cars here the last 3 weeks. So, thanks to him for once again putting all of his focus into Ryan and my program. Everybody at Wolfpack Motorsports and all my teammates at the Posse. Congrats to Ty on the win. Joe Schaefer, Ty Spearman, AJ, Riley, Race Cars Engineering, my sponsor Epic Media. Who do everything that they can, plus a little bit more for me. Rocket Performance for the great equipment, and Waddell Communications for the crystal clear radios. I had a new spotter tonight. Brian Tedeschi took care of us on the racetrack, and I could hear him perfectly, but it was only because of Waddell's radio. So I got to thank Sean Waddell, Racing Electronics, and Brian Tedeschi for a great job up in the spotter stand. We'll move on to take a nice week off here and move on to the next race and try and continue these good runs.
Well, tell Brian I said hello. Tell him Jeff McConey says hello. I was talking about him during the broadcast, and that was in relation to how much real world talent the Posse has on their team. I didn't even realize he was spotting for you tonight. So tell him I said hello, and best of luck to you 2 weeks from now when we are back here at the track. But another great night for the Posse here. Congratulations on a second place run.
I'll let him know.
Now, finally, our winner, Mr. Ty Majeski, will join us here in the booth. Ty, you're on a roll. I don't know how else to put it, but it seems like every week you're coming in and winning here. You took a week off and still doing a fantastic job here. So how did you manage to make that win happen here tonight at Irwindale?
Certainly not the way I wanted to win it. I got into my teammate Joe there early on in the race. Really wanted to race him. We worked on, he did his setup and I did mine, and we were looking forward to battling each other. And it's just made a mistake there and got into him on entry into one, and he saved it, and I guess chalked it up as a racing deal, and have a tremendous amount of respect for him and apologize. Definitely wanted to beat him straight up there and pass him clean if in fact I was better, but fortunately we never got to that point to race each other.
Absolutely. Now the Posse has done so well here these past few weeks, and let alone over on the real world side, everything you've accomplished there. So now I guess all I have to ask is, what is it that's making the Posse so dominant these past few weeks?
We just have a great group of guys. We work together well. We work on setups together. It's our team has gotten really big between adding people and a lot of guys coming back during this global pandemic that's going on right now, and it's been fun. We've been enjoying each other, and we have a great group of guys. It's great camaraderie. We have a lot of fun doing it, and we're fast. So when you put all those things together, good people, and you have fun, and you're bound to go fast. So it works, and I'm really proud of the team and all our efforts. And like I said, it's a lot of fun, and at the end of the day, that's why we do this.
Absolutely. Who do you want to thank for yet another win here tonight in the East-West Modified Series?
Just all my teammates. Typically, we work together really well, working with each other on restarts and letting each other by when one's faster than the other. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out ideally tonight, but we race a lot together for the lead and race a lot together up front, and usually nothing like this happens, but unfortunately it did tonight, and hopefully we can have a better race in a couple weeks.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on that win here tonight. We'll see if you're able to do it again in 2 weeks' time from now here at the sidsview.com East-West Modified Series. But congrats on that win tonight, Ty. Best of luck to you on iRacing and in the real world side. Congratulations tonight, and best of luck.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Well, now, everyone, we hope you've enjoyed the show. Speed51.com, thank you for hosting us here tonight and every single week with the East-West Modified Series. It's always a pleasure. Everyone that tuned in, thank you for watching. Thank you to all of our sponsors here on the channel. It's always a fantastic time here with this show, and we hope you've enjoyed this production here with the East-West Modified Series, brought to you by SidsView.com on the Full Velocity Racing Network. For myself, Jack, our producer behind the scenes, and Todd standing up here with me in the booth, good night, everybody.